This is the Alba Mineral Resources plc December 2020 update, in which I look at the key achievements and progress that's been made by the company in the 2020 field season. In terms of our pilot processing plant, I'm pleased to say that we've had the impact crusher and the gold concentrator delivered. We're essentially ready to go now with our pilot processing plant. Overall, it can do about 1.5 tonnes per hour, which is plenty for our current needs. Of course, if we scale up our processing in this exploration phase, then we'll start to add more pieces onto the process, and that way we'll be able to do more tonnes an hour if we need to. Well, we started phase 1 of our surface drilling campaign, and we have already drilled 3 holes, completed 3 holes for about 399 metres. Each of those 3 holes intersected significant quartz veins, and again that is a potentially significant finding. And they all did so in a short distance of one another, if you like. So the quartz veining was found from between 83 to 96 metres in all cases. So that indicates that there's a vein system in place, which is some 30 metres below the deepest previously worked zone at the Lekfraith mine area. So already you can see that the drilling is starting to pay dividends. We intend to be following up as soon as we get back into the drilling in January with finishing LL4, which is the hole that we're halfway through at the minute, and then moving into LL5 and 6, where we intend to drill another 20 metres or so below LL1 and 1 to 3 to see if we can get a depth extent of that vein system. Does it go further even than we've so far found?
Now this is from LL002, and they're targeting the Lekfraith pay sheet, as we discussed earlier. Now, what we're really looking for here, and you can see in the core, was we've got this quite smoky, stripy quartz intercept. That's typically a really good sign of what we're looking for.
We've got a significant amount of core now. It's incredibly valuable information in terms of where to go, and we're going to use that core. Obviously we assay it to see what gold content it recovers. It's also going to tell us so much about the structure of the areas where we drilled, and we'll be obviously adding to that core as we continue to drill from surface through January and February, and then swinging back into the underground drilling from around April onward. And all of that work is going to go into our model and end up being part of our mine model in terms of the mine plan moving forward into the production phase. Well, we started surface trenching, so we've completed our first phase of surface trenching. Really what we're doing there is following up on targets that we identified in our soil sampling campaign in 2019, where we came up with 10 new gold targets away from the existing mine areas. And we found those 10 new gold targets or anomalies through our soil sampling. So we were looking for gold in soil, and when I tell you that one of those targets is 4 times the length of the target area of the Clogau St David's gold mine, then you can see the potential for finding new gold deposits is immense over the Dolgellau gold belt. So we've done the first phase of surface trenching over just one of those target areas. Again, very successful. It uncovered quartz veins in several trenches that we dug, but it also included a 2.1 metre wide quartz vein, which was discovered in trench 10. Now, just to explain the width analogy, if you like, in the Clogau St David's gold mine, widths of the worked veins ran from anything from a few centimetres to up to about 2.5 metres at their widest. Now, so finding a quartz vein of 2.1 metre wide in the virgin Dolgellau gold belt is a significant find, and it really does validate the work that we've been doing. We secured the exclusive rights in the last 3 months to the Glenfinith gold mine. Now, the Glenfinith gold mine is also in the Dolgellau gold field. It's the UK's second largest producer of gold in history, and we know there are significant prospects for finding unworked veins of gold at Glenfinith, just as there are at Clogau. It would be a drilling and a bulk sampling exercise, just as it is at Clogau. And over the sort of exploration ground that surrounds Glenfinith, which is also part of our new licence area, we'd be running exactly the same regional exploration that we did at Clogau and that we know so well now. Now that we've added the Glenfinith licence to the Clogau St David's licence, we essentially have within the Alba Group an exclusive licence to explore the entire length of the Dolgellau gold belt. Adding to the 10 gold targets we've already found over the Clogau option area outside of the Clogau mine, we expect to be able to add further gold anomalies across the rest of the Dolgellau gold belt that has not yet been systematically explored in our previous work. And then from there we'll start to sift through those targets and hone in on those that we think are most prospective to find potentially economic gold deposits that have never been exploited before. So it's a very exciting time for us, and we think it really will pay dividends to have the entire goldfield under license to one group, so that we can do that really systematic and considered exploration across the whole piece. And just to talk about the bulk sampling, the other great achievement, I'd say, of the last 6-month period was to agree a bulk sampling lease with the Crown Estate, and that's really important because it means that we can go in now and explore. We're still in the exploration phase, and go in and explore and find gold, and if we find that gold in economic quantities, then that gold is ours. We can sell that gold and pay the Crown Estate a royalty. It's as if we were in the mining phase. So it's a significant accommodation, if you like, and could really help us a lot in terms of cash flow. We really have high hopes for our Greenlandic project portfolio. They include the Amitsoq, very high grade graphite deposit in southern Greenland, where average grades are running at around 28% TGC, and that's higher than any average grade of any other project that I'm aware of in the world. So it's a very, very strong starting point. From there, we want to drill that deposit, get a resource, and then move straight into development, because, as I'm sure your viewers or our viewers know, graphite is a key component in a lithium-ion battery. It's therefore a key piece in the electric vehicle sector, which is growing exponentially. We've got a good distribution of flake size in our graphite, so we've got jumbo and large flake, which comes at a premium price. But we've also got the medium and small flake, which is better used in battery grade materials. In northern Greenland, we have a cluster of projects, and in particular, I would point out Tule Black Sands, our high-grade ilmenite deposit, which we have drilled, and we've now got a JORC resource there. Got about 1.9 million tonnes of contained ilmenite. This is high-grade mineral sand. It's on the beach and on the raised terraces behind the beach, up there on the coastline. Our neighbours have just received their exploitation or their mining licence. That's the Dundas project owned by Blue Jay Mining. We've got exactly the same quality of mineralisation there. What we need to do is prove up some more tonnes, and the idea and what we intend to do is to go in with a sonic rig that is able to penetrate the permafrost, which is pretty much the base of where our current resource lies. So our current resource only extends down to about 1 metre deep. We intend to go in with that sonic rig, push through the permafrost and increase our resource tonnage significantly. That will then support the economic studies that we then intend to do to show that Tule Black Sands will work as a standalone project. So that'll be the next piece of work that we would do, is moving that project firmly into the development stage. It's been a phenomenally busy year at Alba Mineral Resources. We've kicked a lot of goals, I'd say, in the last 6 months since we've been able to get back into the field, in the UK at least. And we intend to kick a lot more goals in 2021. So very grateful to all the shareholders for their continued support along the way. And we look forward to continuing that journey with you into 2021, and not only in Wales, getting back into Ireland, and of course getting into Greenland in a big way in 2021. So a lot of good news and progress in store for all of us in 2021. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and all of our best wishes from everyone at Alba for the new year.